Hey, beautiful people. I'm Milah.
Hey y'all, I'm Monika.
And thanks for joining us.
How you doing this beautiful, wonderful day? It is National Best Friends Day. So, girl, how you doing?
You're my best friend. I'm a real bad. Anyways,
That's some hot mess.
I, I am aligned and balanced, and I'm a tidbit. So if it sounds like I'm a little bit drunk, I'm not.
Oh, okay. I like that whole disclaimer there. Yes, and I know that it is time to get this thing officially started when I hear those words. So, I mean, today, we have a really fun episode. We will be speaking on some kids and et cetera, and some other things. And it is, of course, graduation season for a lot of people. So lots to get into. But first, welcome in everybody. And then second, Monika, tell us about what you've been up to. How was your week? What's your takeaways?
The week has, ooh, child, like I'm on my routine. I'm waking up at like 6, 7 in the morning, going walking, studying, running errands. A good week.
Okay.
Did I talk about last weekend?
Girl, you did. Oh no. Mm-mm. That's what makes it wild. This whole little moment, because we are real. We always keep it 1,000% over here. So, no, you did not mention your
Oh,
weekend that just
I
passed.
posted it. If
Yes,
y'all was
there
on
was a
the
reel. There was a
if y'all
reel.
was on there, I posted it. It was a lot going on.
You had a busy weekend. I
Uh
mean, you had auntie duty. You had, hot girl in the streets duty. You had sister duty. You were busy.
like yo, I can't even remember what I did Friday. Saturday I went to the Tacoma Rainiers game. Shout out to Tacoma Rainiers, and they won. It was a good game, but damn, them baseball games be long.
Girl, that's why I can't do it. Go on.
Ooh, and I was like, I don't want no alcohol. Like, I want a hot chocolate. Can I get a mocha or something? Dang. Um, and Sunday, me and my mother took my sister up to communion for her birthday dinner.
I want to say that's one of your Seattle spots. I want to tell you, if you're in Seattle and you haven't, and you're in the mood for, I won't say soul food even. It's elevated, delicious food, but maybe you'll say elevated soul food. You should go up to communion. I mean, Monika swears by the place.
It's good. I mean, look, I go there for drinks, for desserts, for food. I enjoy it. Money well spent. Okay, it was delicious.
Okay.
And the vibe, like they're playing my kind of music, and it's just the environment, it's just the culture, the people. It's just, I mean, it's worth a visit if you haven't gone yet. Okay.
So, like I said, the delicious elevated soul food in Seattle. So now,
Right.
and we
And
have no affiliation with Communion. It's just that Miss Lady does like to introduce people to it. So we had to
right.
shout it out. So moving right along, then,
Oh,
as Monika would say.
oops. Moving along. Yeah, moving along. I did move
hmm
along also. I walked like 6 miles Sunday evening. Okay.
I thought it was 8.
It was like 6 to 8, girl. I didn't have a Fitbit on, but yeah, the Des Moines Marina waterfront, just beautiful.
Okay, see, I like that you're giving the people tidbits throughout the city, little places that they could go. I like that. That's what's up, Monika.
I'm still trying to figure out what I did on Friday. Dang.
I'm like, I hate to be like your scheduler and tell you, but yeah, you had a good Friday too.
Okay.
That's all I can say. That was beginning of your time away. So,
Okay.
so yes, ma'am. So, moving right along.
What you been up to? How's your week?
My week has been wonderful. Actually, I started fasting this week. So I'm like, wait, actually, my week has been great. I started fasting, just kind of inspired by some things that were happening. And, sometimes the word says some things are so real that you're not just going to handle them by prayer alone. You got to pray and fast, and that is the season I'm in. If if I ain't praying and
Okay.
fasting, then I ain't really about that life, and I am completely into my family and making sure my loved ones are solid. So that was what I did, and actually I felt really good because something sure enough tried to come at me. But I had the peace of the Holy Spirit. I was just so calm, girl. It was like,
Calm, cool, and collected.
girl, I didn't even I felt it felt out of body. Like I didn't even feel like myself because I wasn't like ruffled. I was just like, okay. And normally
Mm-hmm.
the Virgo in me, I have to have a moment and then I'll jump right into it head first. But no, this time I was just, yeah, even kilter, tempered or whatever, and I just went on. I didn't trip it off. So that is that. uh, but now I do want to do a little bit of something old school to get us started. You know how you would listen to radio and music shows back in the day and they had like shout outs?
Mm-hmm.
Well, before we really get into the meat and potatoes or I don't know, jackfruit and cauliflower of the thing,
Ooh, I
uh,
don't even like cauliflower like that, girl. Let's
you
just
really
let's.
don't.
Cauliflower rice, that's trash. I tried it
No, no,
before.
no. But cauliflower, the cauliflower in its own, you can rice it if that's your thing, but cauliflower on its own is still very interesting. You don't like those cauliflower buffalo wings or, cauliflower instead of mashed potatoes. You don't like cauliflower like fried bites. You really don't. Cauliflower is so.
The cauliflower, like a buffalo wing, it's all right. The cauliflower mashed potatoes, those are bomb. Cauliflower by itself, nope.
Sometimes in a salad, girl. Okay, we're gonna have this is
Cauliflower
like
in a salad? Oh no.
it's like a sidebar conversation. I almost feel like because I can't believe you play. Oh, because you're a baker. I know you've been telling people that you can cook lately. Mm. And I know you can, but I see that you stick to recipes and vegetables that you like, even though you're vegetarian. Because I'm like, girl, even I had about 5 cauliflower recipes, and I am a 1,000% carnivorous flexitarianish for the summer.
Probably because it's a lot of cutting. I just, you know what I'm saying. That's a lot of stuff to chop up. Anyways, moving along.
Girl, do you don't chop up your bok choy at all?
Yeah, but the bok choy is different. You know
Do
what
you
I'm saying?
eat broccoli? Girl, we have to have a vegetable sidebar, girl, because I got to get into
Do I
this.
eat broccoli? You
Yeah.
know what? Not really. Not like I used to.
Oh, okay. Do you eat broccolini?
I like broccolina, but I don't really buy it.
Girl, what? Okay. This a whole nother episode that's coming up because everybody knows
Bok choy,
Mila is a
asparagus,
foodie.
kale,
Yeah,
spinach,
we're gonna have to get into this later, Monika, because there's too many
zucchini,
questions.
cucumbers. Yeah.
No, no, don't try to just rush this through with some throwing out some vegetables on me because you be making people feel.
But
I
you
mean,
said let's get into the meat and potatoes.
oh,
Let's
okay.
get into the mango and papaya of it. Okay, how about that?
That's a fruit. That's like an appetizer, girl. Child, no. I was
Mango
talking
is
about
like a meal, girl.
that's a appetizer. Okay, so everybody gets to hear a real conversation because that's just fruit. That's a dessert, or I mean, don't play. Nah, no. But
I
like I
could
said, the meat and
watermelon.
potatoes, a watermelon salad, but that's an appetizer. Okay, so getting back to the shout outs. We're going old school on this one, right? And also, if you want to be shouted out, then hit us up. Some of these people actually DM'd us, and I was really excited about it because I do know.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So a shout out to all of our listeners and family keeping it real with us down under in Australia, Melbourne. Even though it looks like Melbourne, you know how Americans are. Uh,
Uh-huh.
we appreciate you, Abdi. Thank you for getting everybody in your office hooked on this.
Hey.
We'll try to deliver lots of good sidebars and shenanigans for you. So
Sidebar.
that's
Hee hee. Anyway.
truly, I know because they are all, heavily involved in legal matters. So we love it. And then a shout out to a friend to both of us. I mean, she keeps everybody fit and lovely. And shout out to Mimi in Tacoma. So we are
Girl, I be
excited.
keeping her numbers up at her store. I need to buy stock. I was like, I either need to work here or buy stock because this is ridiculous.
Because it's easy to, yeah, and Mimi's always so smooth, or and what I love about her is, yeah, she's the only person I know who could do like 100 hours and like, and no, I mean, and not stop. See, people say that they could do 100 hours of stilettos, and I know, Monika, you are of that ilk. You guys are kindred spirits in that sense. But I have seen Mimi, okay, do 9 to 10 hours easy, and I mean maybe a 15 minute in there.
Mm-hmm.
We're OGs, so like a 15 minute maybe in no less than 5 to 6. Like that's oh girl, she blows the mind. It's enough to make me want to be a podiatrist. But shout out to Mimi, and of course my story for Abdi. Because although he's from down under, he travels, he's an international man of the world. And when we got introduced to each other, I just love this story because he was, we were having a conversation. He knew what the people next to us were saying, and they were speaking in a different language, and they didn't expect
What
uh, uh,
language was he? What language were they speaking?
Mandarin. They were speaking Mandarin,
Okay.
and he is, of African descent. So I don't think
Yes.
they were expecting that. And so I said, I was like, go over. I said, go over and say something to them, like, say something in their language. And we were just kikiing and just BSing. And he's a people person. I'm a people person. He went over there, and they were so shocked. They responded to him in English. And then it like registered that no, he is speaking. He is speaking to us.
Right.
And then everyone started laughing, and they started having a conversation. It was just, we had fast new friends, and that is the kind of energy that Abdi gives. So thank you for listening. Okay. So thanks for listening. We love it. So now,
Mm-hmm.
Monika, you know that I'm obsessed with this. And it's an old thing, but it's the perfect segue into what we're going to be talking about. And that is these children's, it is officially Children's Awareness Month, which is different
Mm.
than National Children's Month, because the National
Right.
Children's Month is in November, and this month is more of a celebration of it being of like child excellence, and that
Mm-hmm.
it's in June, and I guess the Latin for June is like youth or whatever.
Yeah.
So it's kind of one of those good vibes, and so I am really excited to talk about the kids. But
I
this
mean, the
right
children are our future. Teach them well
That's
and
what
let
people have
them
been
lead the
telling me.
way.
But this
Show them
is the
all the
part that I'm
beauty
obsessed
that's
with,
in.
Monika.
Sorry.
And really, these
Yeah.
are the vibes that I'm trying not to have these vibes, but I want to be mad at this kid. And we're going to say a lot about it. But sometimes little man know what's up. I mean, it's just
Mm.
sometimes you got to just do like hood rat stuff with your friends, and it's got to be enough. And that's what he's on. So
Want to do bad things, drive into a car. So did you know that you could perhaps kill somebody? Yes, but I wanted to do hood rat stuff with my friend. It all ended on Investment Lane and Consumer Drive.
Oh.
That's where libertarian hit the curb.
and sometimes, Monika, you want to do hood rat
Hood rat
stuff
thing.
with your friends.
Ratchet
I
as
mean,
friends.
and that's what we really want to make sure we activity for your kids this summer. Do not let them be running around the neighborhood, the city, acting bad, doing hood rat stuff. Nobody got time for that.
I mean,
Nobody got time for
it don't
that.
it look, it don't help that P. Diddy Love Puff Daddy, whatever he's going by now, put out a record called Act Bad. I'm like, dude, you are 51, 52.
Don't do it for the summer. I mean, please don't have the kids acting bad for the summer. Mm-mm.
Yes, it's out. It's out.
Yeah, I heard about
And
it because
he
isn't Karishi? Oh, girl, I'm about to mess.
Carisha,
Yeah,
yeah.
she's on it, right? Yeah, I heard about it.
She's on it. I mean,
Mm.
look, it already translated over to his son because his son got pulled over for drunk driving. But anyway,
Oh, so you had some community tea you was sitting on. Oh,
no,
okay,
I just I heard it in passing by, but it went with the story, so I just
okay.
dropped it. Yeah.
Okay, well that's what's up. So, I'm definitely for have an activity, have a summer program, have a boys and girls club, have some family. I feel well no, because a
50,
bunch of
11 things, some chores
something
to do,
work.
clean out the
Yep.
garage.
Hmm.
My mom, like before they left for work, they had a whole list for us of stuff to do. And, we still had to go to like swimming lessons or camp or summer school. Like the
They kept you booked and busy even at a young age. Yes, because for the children, an idle hands is the devil's playground. Okay, keep them kids busy this summer. Have them reading books, doing book reports. Okay, have a summer reading program for them. I don't know. Have them doing some STEM. To teach them, they have to do
have them
something
go to
though.
the library,
Something, anything, but not in these streets causing a hot mess. Okay, we don't need any acting bad in the streets because
causing havoc everywhere.
really. And the funny part is that clip was from a 7-year old. It's an old clip though. It's from back in the day, but he was 7 years old and he decided to steal his grandmother's keys because she was sleeping, and he was mad at his mama. He said, and he drove and he hit so. He's 7. Him and his friend. He said, "My friend who could smoke cigarettes came by." I mean, this is a recipe for
What?
disaster.
Oh my
Yes.
gosh. What's that movie with Morgan Freeman back in the day? He was a principal and the kids
You
were
lean on me. He's
oh
girl.
god.
Oh yes, honey. He's a tell of
That's it.
woe.
He looked like that. The little kid, the clips from 2008, but that's
Yeah.
he kind of looked like that.
Yes, honey. This little 7-year-old and girl. I told you it gets worse because after he had, he said all that stuff and he went on a joyride and he pretty much just messed up his grandmother's vehicle. I mean, literally, she had a rental and she said she had to sleep with the rental keys underneath her pillow. Because, I had to do a deep dive. I mean, this story is just so ridiculous. And to see the way this little boy was just like, like proud. His chest was puffed up. All little like 200 pounds of him. He was like little swole. He was, but he was still too little to see over the steering wheel, and that's why they technically called the police, and also because he was hitting cars and, obviously
Like
not
bumper
stopping.
cars.
Yeah, oh, for sure. But he and his friend that was 7 who could smoke cigarettes. They just was about some hood rat stuff. And then it gets worse because next week they said that Nana and him were at the Walmart and he wanted some fried chicken. Obviously, this is like a southern state. I believe it's Florida, if I remember
He sure
correctly.
didn't need no fried chicken.
Well, I'm gonna tell you what he did. Okay, so Nana said no, no fried chicken, and he proceeded to order the chicken anyway. So if your mama told you or your grandma told you no, would you circle back and do whatever you wanted to do? Because I know it's a new age, but Auntie's a little old school.
No, because I got whippings and because no, it restriction what head hemmed up, no. And my grandma didn't play with us. She went ahead and got a pussy. She lived in the country. She went ahead and got a pussy willow branch and whipped your butt.
Girl, I'm glad you finished that statement because at first you're like, I was like, wait, what is this about to be?
No.
But yeah, but I understand. Yeah, because I had an old school grandma too. They want you to go get the switches from trees. What we're talking about, of course, children do not know, and no, they might not need to. But I also respect parents who know their children's discipline style. Now, the grandmother made an excuse because let me finish this little story and then we're done with it. But so yes, he wanted the chicken. He placed the order and he confronted grandma in the store. And I don't mean he just verbally assaulted her. They said he put paws on. He put paws. Girl, when I heard it, that's why I had to mention it, Monika. I know you were like, girl, it's old. No, because it's still a tale that we can learn lessons from. And
My
this is
grandma would
still
have
a
knocked
place of
him the
lessons.
out.
That would have been my, my last day on the earth. They would have my obituary ready. Okay, that's what they would have been doing in printing out my obituary. I can't even know my
I
mind truly
never.
can't fathom. I
No.
truly can't fathom laying hands on my grandmother.
Or
No, not
or parent or
no,
any
no,
adult in authority
no.
like
For
that.
exactly no. But for 1,000%, who I could never imagine putting my paws on would be my grandma. My grandmother though, no elderly. I mean, no, like elder. Like that's just a lack. That's just disrespect. Even if that's not your people, I wouldn't still go up to a
Girl,
wicked grandmother out
you
there and
do
slap her
that,
down.
your life is cursed for the rest of the days that you alive on this planet.
Girl, the Bible do talk about honoring anyway, but no, absolutely not. So he attacks her in the in the Walmart um about the chicken. They leave, but he is held for like a 72-hour hold mental health. They got to see what's going on with the kid. And she's still a loving grandmother in the sense that she goes, he's not really a bad kid. He just has only his that's how his parents deal with things. And
Mm-hmm.
I got him and I'm trying to do the best that I can. So if you know somebody out there who got a kid and they trying to do the best that they can and their kid is looking like this little young man, BAD, help them out though. And I know people are scared about their kids, so I don't even mean you have to take them away from their family or loved one, but offer mentorship in front of the parent or just anything to kind of ease that burden, because people get overwhelmed, because obviously Nana was overwhelmed. And when you have to sleep with the rental car keys underneath your pillow because your grandson doesn't have any respect for you, that's bad. That's bad. That's bad on a whole nother level. But and of course, when he was like 16 or whatever, or 17, they carjacked an Uber driver. He got probation, but now they said he turned his little life around. But whew, yeah, nip that in the bud.
And once again, I say I don't know what happened to our generation, because some of these parents out here, I don't know, girl.
Yeah, that's you, Monika. You have said that though, and I don't know if it was a sidebar, but you definitely said our generation done ruined the kids. Our generation as parents, you're not that impressed with these parents that are between 40 and 50. You just said no. Mm-mm.
No, I mean, and
Mm-mm.
it's yeah, but it's like 50 and all down too
Mm-hmm.
now, because oh my god, I'm just,
Well,
what I'm saying, to be a teacher is not my calling. Like I bless those individuals, because I would never. I'd probably be fighting with the kids and the parents. No.
no, oh, girl, for what that, honey, we already got that established when we watched the clip of the little girl and the substitute teacher. And I can't even say little girl. She just was a child. I mean, maybe sixth to eighth grade, a middle schooler. But honey, she was out of line, and the poor teacher, it was too much. Yeah, you're right,
Yeah.
honey. That could not be my calling.
But let's
But
talk
kind of
about the
keep it.
good kids.
I was like, we're gonna move along, but here there is an activity though that you could be doing this summer with your kids, and that is getting them a movie pass and going to see some movies. So I do want to ask you: have you heard all the new controversy about the Little Mermaid tanking over in the Asian markets?
Girl, yeah, and it just wasn't the Asian. It would just seem like it was other over Asian, and there was it India too? Like,
The Asian, that's considered East Asia. Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
yeah.
I heard about it. I
But it
just
did well in Brazil, France. I mean, there's South Africa. There's quite a few places. That Italy, they said. So I mean,
I don't know what they're upset about. If they want a Little Mermaid that looks like them, then they can go ahead and create an Asian version of the Little Mermaid. Hell, everybody can make a Little Mermaid. They could be a rainbow of different mermaids. So it satisfies everybody.
I think they just had kind of like that backlash that was in the U.S. where they wanted the character to look like the cartoon, just to get some redheaded chick. I mean, even though Haley Bailey's dread, hair was reddish, it was a tone of red, it was copper. So I mean, but they wanted it to feel more like, I guess, the Ariel of the movies. And I am a Little Mermaid original fan, and I definitely look forward to seeing this new adaptation of Little Mermaid, because I've seen some of the other live action ones, and personally, I don't really know if we need live action remakes of cartoons, but
But the way the landscape of how America's changing is
mm-hmm,
a melting pot in
mm-hmm,
the different hues of people. I don't mind the Little Mermaid being of a darker hue. Like, it's not gonna kill you. Like, if you don't want to watch it, don't watch it. You know what I'm saying? Turn your TV, the trailer.
right.
Don't go to the movies. Go get some business. Do something else.
Okay. Well, okay. Well, I do feel you, but I mean, I was surprised with those numbers just because they know that the Chinese market is such a huge market. I think it didn't even do it didn't even do 4 million. You know, that was the thing. I think it did 3.4 million or something like that. So
Well,
yeah,
that's a whole nother
for 10 days.
episode.
Yeah, for 10 days, and in a good way because it is graduation season. So, do you know any graduates this year?
Yeah, I know a few. And
Oh,
congratulations, y'all. Congratulations, ladies. I know a few. Yep. And they
okay.
are yeah, the ones I know, they're excelling. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, they're making Auntie proud. I like it.
They graduating with like already excel courses at junior college and their high school diploma, and yeah, they out here doing it.
Yeah, that's what's really nice about Washington State. Uh, well, at least I'll say King and Pierce County. I guess I don't know about the entire state, but they
Right.
do have that running start, and no matter what school, whether it's a private school, whether it's, public school, if you can, pass that test and get yourself into the junior or the community college, it's a great stepping stone so that when you graduate, you do have that, associate equivalent
Mm-hmm.
credits. That's 2 years off of your, possible higher education. So that's money in your pocket for you and your parents, or,
Right.
just something good to have to start you on your journey. So I do think that's excellent. And shout out and kudos to those graduates, which leads me to the story of that young man, the Guinness Book of World Record holder for the most acceptances and scholarships, Dennis Malik Barnes. Have you heard
Yay!
about
He
Mr.
he deserves a round of applause. I am
Woo!
happy.
Yes, out of Louisiana. They said that he got accepted into over 185 colleges and universities and received more than $10 million in scholarships and grants. Can the brother get another shout out? Woo!
Okay. Woo!
So I do think that is pretty exciting, and that's some good news. I mean, we started off with, Bebe's kid, and then we actually do it full circle and get back to a prodigy, 16 years old. I mean, his list of accomplishments is so amazing. I think his GPA was 4.98, and GPAs usually
That's
are
like
in the
off
range
the
of four.
record.
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't know you could. The GPAs go up to
Yes.
5.0 now. Like I
No,
don't.
no, but if you're doing the most, it does. I was like, yeah, that's out of a 4.0 scale. It's 4.98. So yeah. So I'm like, wow, the young man, he was on another level, and he decided to go to Cornell University. So, shout out to him.
That's in New York, right?
hmm But
Mm-hmm.
but now that I mentioned that he's going to Cornell, there's always controversy. There's always someone who has to say something about something. Um, and the kind of backlash is, was it right to apply for all of those schools? Like, what was the purpose? Is that even, because you weren't going to go to all those schools? Is it just a competition to see what you could do? Like, how do you feel about, the fact that he applied to 185 schools?
I swear, people are always gonna say something about something, especially when it's our people. I'm just gonna keep it a buck. If it is a competition, this is a good competition. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
If all the kids are out here trying to see how many schools they can get accepted to and how much they can get in scholarships, I don't mind. What it creates extra work for the administration at the school. Your job. That's what y'all get paid for.
Yeah, you know what? I laughed when I kind of heard some of the feedback because I go, well, I mean, he earned it, and you just made a great point. He had to do so much, like you said, it's excellence because he's doing, he's in part of this club and this club. He's getting married.
Right.
I mean, this young man is booked and busy in all the right ways. Okay, like if your child said, "This is my friend, Dennis is my friend," you better get happy. You said, finally, my friend, my child brought home a friend. Iron sharpens iron. That dentists are
Right.
good for all kids.
He's
If you
being
got
a
a dentist,
leader. Yeah.
yes.
His other, peers and, other students and friends and people are looking up to him. I look, I have no qualms about it.
I'm just hating because I know when I went, I had to, you have to pay for some of them applications. I said, well, wow, he was getting all kind of.
Well, girl, these young
Mm-hmm.
people getting money out here on the internet, so
Yeah, I know, because I was like, girl, they weren't free to be applying to these schools now, but uh,
I want to look. Did they interview his parents? Parents.
girl, they need to go ahead and write their parenting book. Okay, for real. I mean, I am curious to know because he says he wants to go into engineering and technology.
Yep.
So I was like, well, you better go ahead with, I think, some kind of criminal justice with that too. I'm like, well, I
Oh
mean, he's under
yes.
18, so he is definitely excellent and the reason to celebrate the graduates of 2023. So,
Mm-hmm.
so I do love that. Now, Monika,
Yes.
you think I'm going to ask you about the business of the week, and I'm not quite yet. I'm actually, since we are talking about kids and we're keeping it, you know, above board and really discussing things that matter, I want to ask you, have you heard about the kids getting caught up in that sexting blackmail thing,
The what?
The sexting blackmail, like scandals, like kids have been committing suicide. It's real out here. This is not a fake story. And if you don't know about it, then your kids, I'm sure, know about it.
Is
Uh,
this is becoming more rampant? Because Lifetime
yes.
be having movies about
Oh,
this.
I'm sure there's already one in the works, if not already aired, and we just missed it.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, because this is, shout out to Lifetime. This is, of course, Black Music Month, and they are featuring every weekend a movie about or for or by a Black musician. So
Oh,
TLC started it off last weekend. Mary J. Blige has 2 weekends coming up where her lyrics to her songs, because she's a writer as well. Real Love and Strength of a Woman have been adapted into movies.
real love.
So that'll be great. And then finally, on the last weekend, they have a movie about Keisha Cole, and she's an R&B songstress. Her life, and she's starring in it. So she said, "I'm the only one that can play me."
So did they
So,
film that before she was pregnant?
oh yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. No, these have been in the works, girl.
Okay.
I'm sure for at least six months to a year. So yeah,
I'm
she's.
like, Keisha Cole ain't even 40 yet. They made a movie about her?
Yep. Yep. So we'll
Okay.
definitely, I'm sure we'll give some kind of recap or review. But anyway, that was a big sidebar.
Right.
Apologies, because I was really about to get into the real, because you had not heard. It sounds like you're not familiar with the whole sexting
No, I need
thing.
to become familiar with it. I do have a nephew.
Okay, so what's happening is kids are meeting people sometimes through authentic ways of online. Like they could be in a little gaming site, and then they say, oh, they start talking to, other people that they assume are other kids. They might be on little gaming teams together. They sometimes know each other through social media, or so they seem. But it's kind of a new way to scam kids. They've kicked it up a level now. We've heard of catfishing, but this is kind of, I guess, 2023's version. So then, after they get your kids, the kids kind of feel like they have this bond. They connect and they like exchange information and start talking outside of the whatever platform they've met on. And
Right.
so a lot of times, it's kind of a grooming thing, because after a couple of months, a couple of weeks even, the kids, they'll start exchanging photos, they think, or the person will ask the kid for like a sexy photo, or blah blah blah, and kids often do. And once they send out the photo, then like within 5-10 minutes, the person is like, I'm going to post this all over the internet. You need to pay me xxx money, or get me these tokens, or get me these gift cards, and send it, because it's all a big scam ring. And the kids, so I first heard about this, I guess it was last year, early last year, when a young man in California took his life because he had sent out some sexy photos to a girl that he had assumed was a young woman, and he had met her online and through one of these little social platforms, maybe TikTok or something,
Wow.
and in fact, it was someone who was just blackmailing him because they did share, guess to start off first send a picture without your shirt and then, whatever, whatever. And he sent the pictures and then they started demanding, $5,000, 10,000, but he's a high schooler and he didn't have it and he didn't want the embarrassment of the photos coming out and impacting his
Hmm.
family and ruining his life. And so he wasn't able to kind of cope with it. And there have been several cases of children committing suicide because of this.
That
And
is
so
wild.
yeah, so it's really, and it's one of those things where you hear about it happening to adults because there's some laws now and like revenge porn and different things
Right.
like that where you can't pay people back or blackmail them or whatever, but still, the children, they're so savvy, and I think people have really expect their kids to be a lot more emotionally intelligent and more advanced, and they forget that they actually are still kids. And
Right.
even though they might be smart as a whip, some of the lessons that you have in life you've learned through time and experience.
Exactly.
And they're still children, so they're making decisions, or they're reacting to situations and they're not telling you, and they're trying to problem solve and handle it themselves, and often being overwhelmed with someone texting you, threatening you, demanding things from you that you can't
Right.
give. Yeah,
Because the
so
first the first conversation you need to have with your child is like, if anyone is asking for any pictures through the internet, online, through your phone, through the text, let's have an open dialogue here, and come and talk to me about it. Come and tell me. You know what I'm saying? Don't just be sending pictures because you don't know who the other person is on the end. Like, these parents, adults, they need to be having those type of conversations soon, ASAP.
yeah, exactly. So we're just putting it out there because now, once again, the summertime is here, right? So kids will be, doing more social things. They might be on, social media more. They might be on their gaming, situations. Just do a check in. Just keep your eye on your kid. Know what's going on, and it's just kind of one of those things. So with that in mind, that does lead me to the business of the week. And Monika, tell us about it.
Um, you had sent me the link.
Yes, I did. I mean, because it's very much related to this problem. So there are resources and help now because this is a growing problem. And so usually Monica does the business of the week. Did you find the link? I sent it to you via text too.
Yes, logistical problems. So
Oh,
go ahead and let us know about it, Mila.
oh, take it down. That is the name of the organization. It is called Take It Down. And what they do is they help um, having have nudes and sexually explicit photos and videos taken down if they were created before you were 18. So it is.
Wow. I mean, because the police said really ain't gonna do nothing. It's sad to say, but anyways.
No, for real, for real. And Take It Down is a service provided by the National Center for Missing and
And
Exploited
exploited
Children.
children.
hmm So, yes, and it is a free service, okay, that can help you remove or stop the online sharing of nude, partially nude, or sexually explicit images or videos taken of you when you were under 18 years old. You can remain anonymous while using the service, and you won't have to send your images or videos to anyone. Take It Down will work on public or unencrypted online platforms that have agreed to participate, but they'll try to help you get to the bottom of this. And um, uh,
Mm.
their website is actually takeitdown.ncmec.org.
.org.
Yep. And of course, we'll have all of the links for this in our show notes. But I really was happy to hear that there are starting to be organizations, to help kids get this taken down so that they don't think that their future and their lives are over over this, when the generation ahead of them shares everything. Body parts are common. So it's like, don't freak out about that. There's still help for you.
Girl, okay, because some of these people, their stuff is out there forever and ever.
I mean, that is a nice part about our generation. We were starting to have things like MySpace, but everybody's everything is
Black
not out there.
Planet.
Oh my goodness, girl. Do you know Black Planet?
But like
Back
you
in the
said,
day.
yeah, we don't, yeah, especially for like middle school, for actually for our schooling years, yeah, none of that was on the internet. Thank God.
Girl, thank. Oh, whew, hallelujah on that. I mean, that pressure alone. But just going back a little bit, rewinding it back to Black Planet, ma'am. Oh, do you remember creating your little Black Planet profile? Because then they had like moving, what would you call them? Like avatars, emojis. You could do all kind of things with your page. Like the more creative you made it, the cooler it seemed. Did you have a Black Planet page?
I did, but I don't remember doing all that. I know I like had my music on there,
Oh
and
girl. Oh
I don't,
girl.
I don't think I had an avatar. I think I had my real picture on there.
Oh no, you can have your real picture, but like you could have
Yeah.
page breaks. Like they had avatar page breaks when you wanted to kind of talk about like who your whatever your profile. Girl, I just remember that Black Planet profile was so extensive because like you said, you could have music, you have random favorites. I mean, and and it was the beginning of dating, so it was more still like a community network type platform
Right.
versus like being on, like, oh, you have to date because you could meet, all kinds of people. It was wild. I
I
wonder
mean,
is
it was
Black
kind of
Planet still
like
on? Hmm?
it's yeah, Black Planet still. Oh, I wonder if my account's still on there. I
Girl.
mean, it was kind of like
Hmm.
C Spot.
Oh my goodness. Well, what was nice about C Spot is when you go out to the clubs, that's where you see them. They snap your picture and you go to
Right.
cspot.com to see like, did they post my picture?
It's
I
still
never
it's
did.
still live.
Yeah, I know. It's actually, to me, it's evolved and transitioned into
Right.
2023 quite nicely. They send the emails, which I laugh because I'm like, I must have been on that email list from a while ago. I said, I'm surprised they kept that. Like, at some point you think, and that also lets you know I've had that email for too darn long because there's definitely one account that definitely gets cspot.com's online newsletter. But I do love it because it does keep you informed with what's going on in the Northwest. And of course, it has, you still can see pictures of the clubs and things that are
And community
exciting.
news and
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, so it's good, but like, girl, that was a good flashback, Monika. I'm like, what?
Oh, I didn't even
Mm.
make sure that account shut down.
Oh, girl, I mean, you should because, like I said, if C Spot is still sending me, emails and whatnot, your Black Planet could
Oh,
definitely still be up and running. I mean,
but I don't
now
have
I've been.
that. Yeah, I don't have that email address that it's attached to. I know that.
Well, then you probably won't know how to get in there, girl, unless you remember that login, username, and password from many, many, many moons ago.
I might have it written down somewhere because yeah, I save stuff like that.
Hey, girl, you have your own superpowers. We definitely know that you are someone who would have that because you never know when you would need to use that. So that makes very perfectly good sense if you know Monika. And that is brings me to one of the last things that I wanted to do tonight, and that is shout you out. It is National Best Friends Day when we're recording this, and I have been blessed to have. I feel like your life is full of different kind of best friends, and sometimes different best friends for different seasons.
Right.
And you're definitely a lifelong best friend, because we've already had our hiccups, our bumps, and we've
We've been through
grown.
some ish.
Yeah, and so I mean, but it was nothing ridiculous. I mean,
Right.
we have the same kind of standards and morals, so that's great. So we ain't doing nothing that's crazy like you see on a reality TV show or anything like
Oh
that.
no.
Yeah, yeah. but we definitely have grown as people, and I appreciate her. And shout out to all of the wonderful people that are part of my inner circle, like my circle of besties. I've had besties that you're tight, thick as thieves with for a couple years,
Mhm.
and then just time, space, opportunity. That's the season of your friendship. You don't wish them to hell, you wish them well, but you're just not as tight as you used to be. And that is, I guess, the circle of life, as I've had to learn over the last couple years.
Oh, hugs, Milah.
Yeah. So I do appreciate you, sis. I mean, we always have a good time, even when we're just relaxing, even if we're
Mhm.
just sitting around watching P Valley, we're still having a good
Oh
time.
gosh, is the new season coming on?
I that girl, because I was like, it is summertime. I mean, anyway, yes. Whether we're watching P Valley and you're helping a sister with their hair, or we're eating fish tacos, fish burritos, I just definitely appreciate being on this journey, on this road with you as well, with the podcast, as we continue to. And we appreciate, of course, all the listeners and people who are supporting us. And like I said,
And all our
sending in.
international followers, because it's not just down under in Australia, like you said, it's the UK, it's Nigeria, it is
And Trinidad and Tobago. So
yeah.
yes, so thank you everyone. But it has been a fun us to continue to try to grow. I mean, look at me.
Not try, we will.
I was just gonna say we will grow. I like that, Monika. She sometimes brings the positive spin, and I appreciate that. So all right. Anything else you want to say, Monika? Am I forgetting anything?
No, be kind.
Stay safe.
Peace.
Monika, where can they find us again?
They can find us on Anchor, Spotify, and now iTunes. And please like, share, subscribe, and leave us a comment. You can shoot us an email or a voice message if you'd like. And with all that, love and gratitude.
Remember to call your aunties or your girlfriends and say hi. Bye.